Well, hello once again, basketball fans, and welcome inside Westside High School, the home of the Warriors, where the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks currently lead Omaha Westside 11-10. We apologize for the technical difficulties there, but we got our camera rolling, and now with 6 minutes left in the second quarter, we are live inside Omaha Westside.
And while we were away, Westside did a great job of driving inside and drawing fouls. They had 2 layups with resulting and ones, and that's what's allowed them to close this gap a little bit.
So it will be number 3, Katie Carpenter, at the line for the Silverhawks. First one up, and silky smooth, nothing but net.
Katie Carpenter, a junior, was the second leading scorer when the Silverhawks knocked the Warriors out of last year's state tournament.
As the second one is up, and it's good. And so Westside will work against the press break. In talking to senior Brooklyn James this week, Theo, I learned that they were working a lot on that press break. Southwest likes to pressure, and then defensively they were working against the cuts. Also something that Southwest likes to do. As a jump ball, and the possession will be to the Silverhawks. They said that they were preparing specifically for this game because it is a huge game headed down the stretch here as we enter the month of February.
It definitely is huge. The Warriors need some momentum going into their big game against Millard South this Friday. A top 3 matchup in the Omaha World Herald rankings, and this is a top 10 game itself.
So at the line will be Freddie Wallace off the Carpenter miss, and then the rebound and putback attempt. First one is up, and it's good. 14-10 Silverhawks here. 5:31 to go in the second quarter. And Wallace will go up for one more. It's up, no good off the back iron, and Hellman will come down with the rebound. As Warriors will have possession now on the left side. Hellman will go to James. Westside has some bench players in, but as we mentioned before we had the technical difficulties in the pregame, Westside is a team. They play as a team really well, whether it be the bench or the starters, and anyone on this team can have a night if they want to, Theo.
Yeah, this team has a pretty deep roster. They normally play about 8 deep, but they can go further than that if they need to.
And of course, if they get up big in order to preserve for injuries and such, they will put the reserves in, and even those girls can make some plays when they want to. So this is a deep Westside team that's looking to make a run, as the Silverhawks now have possession on the right side of your screen.
The Silverhawks kind of play like the Warriors. They're content to be patient and wait for a good shot while passing around the perimeter.
So Carpenter will pass to Wallace, who will go up for 2 off the glass, and the lead has been extended to 6 with 4:17 to go in the first half.
Freddie Wallace has been very impressive so far. She's grabbed several rebounds.
And those putback opportunities. That's why the Silverhawks are up. They've had second chance opportunities, and they lead by 6 here in the middle of the second quarter as Hellman pulls up for 3 from the corner, and she hits to end the scoring draft for the Warriors, and it's a 3-point basketball game at 16-13. Wettergren with the steal now. Westside looking to push. DePrima wanted the shot, wasn't there. And so Westside will slow down, wanting to start their offense. That's a huge steal if you're Westside. Wettergren for 3, no good, rims out. And the rebound comes down to Wallace, as you just mentioned. Lots of rebounds for the forward.
Especially because Jasmine McGinnis-Taylor has been in foul trouble early. She's been able to have some dominance in the paint.
Yeah, that forces Abby Hellman and Madeline Siebler in there. Go down in size a little bit as Wettergren comes on with the rebound. She'll go to DePrima. DePrima will go up for 2 off the glass, and it's a 1-point basketball game with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Timeout, Silverhawks, with 3:05 to go in the second quarter. 16-15, Westside on a 5-0 run. What have you seen here lately, Theo?
The pace has certainly picked up from the first quarter, and that, I think, has played a little bit more into Westside's favor. They like to push the pace, and they like to score in transition.
but when they have to slow down, they can. As we've mentioned, all brackets, they play as a team, and as you saw in that last possession, 2 possessions ago after the steal, they wanted to, the transition, didn't have the bucket, and so they set up their offense and ended up scoring.
Yeah, the Warriors definitely don't force anything out of transition, and that's a good quality to have as a team if you want to go far.
So the Silverhawks will send in Riley Wells to match up with Madeline Siegler. So the height advantage isn't really there anymore for the visitors, who have a 1-point lead here with 2:52 to go. The Westside fans are getting into this one now, as the Silverhawks work the ball around. Siegler's going to be there in the passing lane on the post up, and the ball will head back on the left side of your screen. Hannah now will go to Wedegren. Wedegren will go to Tempero, and this is what we've been talking about. Westside working the ball around well.
Westside has assists on over half of their made baskets this season. That's a really elite number when it comes to teamwork.
Assists not always something that's easy to come by, because you also have to have the good pass, but you also have to have the shot to go in. So it can be frustrating for a point guard who passes the ball around a lot if their teammates aren't making shots, but that's not a problem that Ella Wedegren and these Warriors have.
Definitely not. These Warriors shoot very high percentages from both 3 and 2.
As Wedegren rains a 3, and they have a lead. 8-0 run for the Warriors, 1:40 to go in the second quarter.
33% from beyond the arc on 103 attempts coming into today's game.
Yeah, she hits just about a third of those.
Definitely not someone you want to leave open if you're the Silverhawks.
She'll defend on Carter. Wells will go up, and the ball will come down to the Warriors. There'll be Hannah pushing.
Westside's now playing with their first lead of the game, 18-16.
Out of that timeout, after they were down 16-10, they've played with a lot of fire. 8-0 run. They lead as we hit a minute to go here in this first half. 18-16 Warriors.
Number 21, Taryn Ling got a steal.
Hopped right in the passing lane there. And so now it will be the Silverhawks. The missed shot from Dillsaver. The rebound will come down to Tempero, and she'll bring it across half court. We've got 37 seconds to play in the second quarter, as James pulls for 3 from the corner, and it's good! And the lead is extended to 5 with 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, Westside has gone on an 11-0 run now with all the momentum in this game heading into halftime. The Silverhawks will look to get some of that back on a final shot.
21-16, 15 seconds to play. Southwest looking for a last shot, want to have some momentum heading into the locker room after the 11-0 run in the last few minutes. Dillsaver's step back jumper, no good from the free throw line. Tempero comes down with the rebound, and Westside will run the clock out. So they lead at halftime, 21-16, after a very slow start to this game, Theo.
It really was a tale of two quarters here. Westside only scored 5 points in the first quarter and then came and scored 16 points in the second quarter to have the lead going into the half.
All right, so they'll take 10 minutes, and so will we. Thank you for watching the first half. We pardon for the technical difficulties, but we should be good to go for another exciting second half of basketball. We'll see you in a few on Warrior Television.
Today's halftime dance will be performed by our clinic students.
Well, hello once again, basketball fans, and welcome inside Westside High School, the home of the Warriors, where we are set for the second half of basketball. My name is Jonathan Snover, sitting alongside Theo Jansen. And Theo, Westside currently leads Lincoln Southwest 21-16 as we head into the second half.
Yeah, Westside was down 16-10 in that first half and ended it on an 11-0 run, so we'll see if they can keep up that momentum.
Brooklyn James went for the 14-0 run there, and it was no good off the iron. So Lincoln Southwest will have an opportunity at the first points of the second half as the driving bucket is no good.
Kate DeSilver missed that layup and then went and got her own rebound. Very
Not
impressive.
shooting at a super high percentage tonight is DeSilver, as the bucket from Wells is no good, and Jasmine McGinnis-Taylor comes down with the rebound. McGinnis-Taylor averages a double-double. She's a player that has been very vital to this Westside team, a senior going D1 to Illinois State. Going to go play in the Missouri Valley. Closest game of her college career will be in Des Moines at Drake, as the shot is no good and the rebound comes down to Wells. So it'll be Carpenter on the left wing. She'll pass one more to DeSilver, but it's going to be tipped out of bounds. Stays with the Silverhawks.
Silverhawks are going to look to slow down this second half. They had an 8-5 lead after the first quarter, but Westside's scoring prowess took over.
As Carpenter rises up for three on the left wing.
And that's exactly what the Silverhawks like to do. They like to be patient, then get a drive inside and throw back out to an open person on the perimeter for three.
That's what Brooklyn James talked about a lot this week when I was talking to her, as a charge is going to be called on number 34, Riley Wells of the Silverhawks. But in talking with James earlier this week, she mentioned those curl cuts. You're going to see a lot of in and out from the guards, trying to get open on the wing. Either to take a couple dribbles in and get a good look at a mid-range jumper, or to pop a three, as was in that case.
And right now it's going to be hard for either team to go inside. Jasmine McGinnis-Taylor is in for the Warriors, and Freddie Wallace, who had a great first half, is in for the Silverhawks.
Part of that great first half was an attribute, as DePrima goes up and the rebound comes down to the Silverhawks, was attributed to the fact that McGinnis-Taylor was in foul trouble as Wallace goes up for two and gets the free foul. And so we are tied.
Caitlin Hanna, number 32, has come in for the Warriors.
Wallace will go to the line to try to make it three. It's off the iron and in.
And just like that, Southwest has regained the lead with a 6-0 run to start this second half.
Hellman now.
Some full court press there by the Silverhawks, trying to make it as hard as possible. And a three by Caitlin Hanna is off the front iron, and Abby Hellman cannot come down with the rebound.
So the ball will be out of bounds. Possession to the Silverhawks, coming right to left on your screen. As Carpenter moves the ball around. Wallace inside. She's going to be fouled by Brooklyn James, who's going to get her on the arm. And so Wallace has scored the last three for the Silverhawks, and she's looking to make it the last five with 2 free throws.
That was Brooklyn James' first foul.
Wallace goes up for the first one, and it is good.
Wallace has been very effective from the line tonight.
Second shot up and good. And so she is having a great game for the Silverhawks, and that continues.
An errant pass by Hellman leads to a Silverhawks steal.
Three-point shot is up, no good, and James will come down with the rebound. Southwest looking to slow it down, will get back, not cross the boards. The missed three came from Skylar Piper, and the rebound to Brooklyn James.
Southwest foul number 13, Freddie Wallace.
Freddie
Foul's
Wallace picks up her first foul of the game.
So in all the work she's done in the paint, she's been able to stay pretty hands-off, as that was just her first foul. Second of the half for the team. 4:53 to go, and Southwest leads by 3. Westside will have the ball. Ellie Tempero near the top of the key. Now it'll be Hannah. Tempero will go to Hannah in the corner, and a foul is going to be whistled on the Silverhawks. Possession will stay with the Warriors.
That was a reach-in on number 21, Taryn Ling. Her second foul of the game.
And the team's third of the half. As we are just about halfway through this third quarter, 3-point lead to the Silverhawks. As predicted in the pregame here, Theo, you mentioned it's going to be a defensive battle, and it has been so far. Just 45 total points scored, as a foul is going to be called on Wallace, her second of the night.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams struggled getting into the lane with the imposing presence of McGinnis-Taylor for the Warriors and the all-around height for these Silverhawks.
So McGinnis-Taylor will go to the line. She opened up at the line with 2 misses, came back with 2 makes, and she makes her third free throw of the night. And the Warriors trail by 2.
That was Westside's first point of this second half.
Second shot's up, and it's no good off the front iron. And the rebound will come down to the Silverhawks. Westside not crushing the boards, getting back on defense. As Wettergren comes up with the steal on the long pass.
Westside's playing
Wallace lost her shoe.
4 on 5 right now after that shoe.
And the Silverhawks end up with it. So it'll be Carpenter now coming left. Wallace will go up for 2, no good off the glass. And the Silver will come down with the rebound.
The Silverhawks fans wanted a foul on that one.
And number 21, Taryn Ling, goes up for 2. 4-point ball game. Westside just 1 point so far in this second half, starting off the second half as they did the first. So they're going to look
They've
pick
been
up some
outscored
momentum.
10-1 by the Silverhawks.
As Wettergren goes up for 2, no good off the iron. And McGinnis-Taylor will go back up off the back iron. This time it's good. Third chance for the Warriors. And it's a 2-point basketball game.
McGinnis-Taylor has had all 3 points in the second half for the Warriors.
Other Westsiders are going to have to look to pick up the pace if they're going to want to stay in this one, Theo.
Definitely.
So Siebler will be back in for the Warriors, as well as Abby Hellman. Hellman coming on for McGinnis-Taylor.
So Hellman might have to match up against the 5'11" Freddie Prince of Lincoln Southwest. And she gets right in the passing lane and forces a steal.
It's going to be Tempero up. The ball is knocked out of her hand, and they're going to say it's because of a foul. So Ellie Tempero, the junior, will head to the line to shoot 2. The foul is on number 10, Carly Cohen.
Tempero
Her
has only
first.
shot 18 free throws this year, and she's shooting them at a 39% clip.
First one's up and off of the back iron. As you said, 39% clip, so not super efficient. Small sample size, though. The second shot's up, and it's good. She goes 1 of the 2 at the line. It's a 1-point basketball game.
As any statistician will tell you, you have to have more than 30 attempts for it to be a normal distribution.
I believe that's what they call the central limit theorem. As the Silverhawks have the ball here on the left side of your screen. 1-point basketball game, 2:28 to go. As Wallace will have it at the top of the key, she'll pass it off to number 10, Cohen. Silverhawks working the ball around. Cohen will have it now. Birata. Westside with a strong defensive possession here. Silverhawks really want a good shot. Want to extend their lead as Ling goes up for 2 and is fouled, so she'll head to the line to try to do just that.
If you're Westside, you want to avoid fouling as much as possible. You've been having some strong defensive possessions, but letting the Silverhawks get points on the line.
So Ling will head to the line. First one's up and good. The lead is extended. To 2. Here with 2 minutes to go. Second shot's up and it's good. Lingy hits both.
One of the key differentiators in this game tonight has been the free throw line. Silverhawks have been very efficient when they've gotten there. The Warriors have not.
Free throw line and missed jumpers have done it in for the Warriors here to start this second half. So we'll look for them to pick up the pace a little bit as Wettergren will drive. She'll find Hannah for 3, right wing. No good off the front iron. The rebound will come down to Wallace.
It was a Hannah 3 that got the Warriors started in that second quarter where they scored so many points.
She hit that one from the left wing. Wing her sweet spot, but just couldn't fall on that possession as the ball is tipped into the basket. Credit that one to number 11, Skylar Piper, on the drive.
That ball went off Maddie Ziebler before it went in the basket of Westside.
So 1:19 to play. Hellman goes up for 2 off the glass, no good. Carpenter in the corner now for the Silverhawks. She'll be trapped, but she'll pass it out. Scrappy play here, and the Warriors will come up with the possession on Hellman with the good steal there. And Hannah will drive, floater, good!
Westside's been outscored 14-6 in this third quarter. After that made bucket by Hannah.
And so with 45 seconds to play in this third quarter,
it looks like Southwest is content to hold it for a while and slow it down. They don't want the Warriors getting any momentum going into the fourth quarter.
just 30 seconds left here. They're probably going to hold for last shot or run the clock way down. The pressure for the Warriors in this man-to-man defense.
And something we haven't touched upon yet tonight, Jonathan, no shot clock in Nebraska high school basketball. That allows the Silverhawks to hold the ball
for about 50 seconds as they're doing here. Or as long as they want to, as long as they can keep the ball moving.
Yeah, or as long as Abby Hellman will let them. She tried to go in and get another steal there.
But it ended up out of bounds, and the possession will stay with the Silverhawks with 1.3 on the clock. Ball is inbounded, and the clock will run out. So at the end of the third quarter, it is the 13-6 Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks 30 and the 17-4 Omaha Westside Warriors 27. There's 8 minutes to play of basketball inside the main gym. They'll take a minute before they start that, and so will we. We'll be right back on Warrior Television. Well, welcome back inside the main gym at Westside High School, where the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks currently lead Westside 30-27 as we enter the final 8 minutes of play. What do you look for here to start the quarter, Theo?
I look for Westside to try to get back to their transition play. They were getting a lot of points in transition in that second quarter, and they couldn't convert on those attempts in the third quarter.
Not only are they going to have to get out in transition, but they're going to have to make good shots of it. As the steal comes from McGinnis Taylor, who was in the passing lane.
Another thing to watch out for in this fourth quarter, is the presence of Westside's band. Westside's band always takes the third quarter off, and they could add some energy to this team.
Pretty slim crowd here on a Saturday afternoon, but the fans who are here are into this game. Lincoln Southwest, the visiting team, so coming about an hour down the road. As McGinnis Taylor goes up and no good, but she'll go up again on the second chance points off her own rebound. She'll get another rebound and go up. And this time she'll be fouled.
McGinnis Taylor heads to the line for 2 shots. She has not been very successful at the line tonight, but she sinks the first, silky smooth.
Cut the lead to 2 here for the Warriors. Second shot is up, and it is good. Nothing but net, and we've got a 1-point basketball game on our hands with 7:05 to play. Seven minutes now, 30-29 basketball game. Three-pointer off the right wing, no good from the Silverhawks, and Albie Hellman will come down with the rebound. Big possession if you're the Warriors, Theo.
Definitely. They want to get back to making threes and just gain some momentum.
And so DePrima has the ball stripped, and the steal will come to the Silverhawks, who will come right to the left on your screen. 30-29. A little bit of scrappy play here. Is that going to work in favor or against of the Warriors?
So far, it's been working in favor of the Warriors. They've gotten a lot of steals and a lot of broken up dribbles and just getting in passing lanes.
Defensive battle, as we mentioned earlier in this broadcast, as the ball will be inbounded to Katie Carpenter, the standout junior for the Silverhawks.
6:12 to go in this fourth quarter.
Lincoln Southwest has been on the verge of a big win all year, and this could be their big win.
Right now, their biggest win is over number 8 in the Omaha World Herald rankings, Fremont.
And Taylor goes up for 2, no good. Ball will come down to the Silverhawks. And it's really been about strength of schedule. They've had a lot of opportunities in the HIC. Lincoln Pius X, who's currently still undefeated at 17-0. They've had 2 opportunities at them. Once they lost by 11, and once was just a 4-point loss. Millard North, another top 10 team, a very close loss to them. So they've been on, it's been at their fingertips, and they're looking to close this one out, try to get their first top 10 win, second top 10 win, of the season.
And just like that, Abby Hellman gets into the passing lane, giving the Warriors another opportunity.
Seen that a lot from the senior tonight. As we mentioned, been a scrappy game, but it has worked to the favor of Westside, as Brooklyn James on the left wing now has the ball.
The shots haven't been falling for the Warriors, but they've had a lot of opportunities, and that's why they're only down by 1 right now.
DePrima now will go up, and they're going to get a foul called on the Silverhawks. It's going to be on number 3, Katie Carpenter.
DePrima shoots 50% from the free throw line.
50%. Not a super efficient clip, but we'll get the job done if she can hit just one of the 2 or 2 of these. And the first one's up and no good off the back iron. 5:04 to play in this game.
The Silverhawks definitely want to slow this game down heading into these last 5 minutes.
Second one's up, and it's good from DePrima. As you mentioned, 50% free throw shooter.
Makes 50% of her 2 free throws, and we have a tie game with 5 minutes left. A
big finish here in a test for the Warriors their final matchup before they will play the top-ranked Millard South Patriots, who are also currently undefeated, but they have over 20 wins on the season.
They beat the Warriors to win the Metro Championship.
Hard to beat a team twice, so we'll see what comes out of that one. But first, the Westside has to get past Lincoln Southwest here on a Saturday afternoon.
Lincoln Southwest fans not happy about that. They wanted a foul on Effie Hellman. Instead, she comes down with a steal.
And the Warriors will slow it down. We are all tied up, 4:14 to go. Just 60 total points scored in this one. So it's been a major defensive battle. But that makes for good basketball towards the end of the game. As Wettiger now will drive. She'll go out to DePrima for three. Left-handed, no good off the back iron. And the rebound will come down to the Silverhawks, who will push. And they'll slow it down.
Westside was going for their first lead since very early in the second half.
Since halftime, basically. They were up 5 at halftime. And a little run put the Silverhawks up, and they haven't led since. But now it is tied. With 3:41 to go, Lincoln Southwest will call time. They'll take a minute, and so will we. We'll be right back on Warrior Television. Well, welcome back inside the main gym at Westside High School, where Lincoln Southwest and Omaha Westside are tied, but not for long, as Anaya Seymour drains a three from the right wing. And the Southwest Silverhawks have a 3-point lead on the Westside Warriors.
And in this game, a 3-point lead seems like a mountain for the Warriors to climb with 3 minutes left.
But obviously not insurmountable. It's still one possession game. Just over 3 minutes to play, as McGinnis Taylor pulls up for two just inside the arc, and it's a 1-point game.
McGinnis Taylor doesn't often take those long-range jumpers. With her height, she normally is right under the rim.
As her matchup, Freddie Wallace goes up for two. And the Silverhawks lead by 4.
Looks like a reach in by Anaya Seymour. So Caitlin Hanna will head to the line because the Warriors are in the bonus. This is a 1-and-1 situation because it was an off-ball foul.
Hit the first, and she will get a second. 2 big free throws here if you're Westside. 2:45 on the clock. Caitlin Hanna, the sophomore, 2-time state golf champion. No good on the first one off the left iron.
Because it was a 1-and-1 situation, the Silverhawks now have the ball after coming down with the rebound.
As you mentioned, 3 points feels like 10 in a matchup of this magnitude with two great defenses on the floor. 2:25 to go, and Southwest can hold it. And as we mentioned earlier in this broadcast, an ongoing debate between the shot clock or no shot clock in high school basketball. As of right now, Nebraska does not have one, and the Silverhawks are taking their time on their offensive possession. A three from the top of the key goes in for Emerson Barada, and it's a 6-point basketball game.
Westside is going to need some magic here tonight.
Timeout, Coach Clark with 1:57 to go.
Yeah, Coach Clark definitely wants to set up some plays with his team. He wants to get some good looks at three with a 6-point deficit and 1:57 remaining.
In a game that has only seen 70 points, it 6 seems like a lot.
The Warriors almost score 60 points a game regularly. So 32 is an astounding effort by the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks.
And this is a matchup that we could see later on. Westside with a very tough schedule coming up. They have the 2 undefeated teams remaining in the state. They have Millard South and Lincoln Pius X in their final 5 games. So this is a huge one for them confidence-wise.
Westside is right now in the 2nd spot in the wild card standings in the state tournament. So they're safely hosting a district as of right now. But with the tough stretch of their schedule next, they need to take all the wins they can get.
They could slip.
Southwest right on the edge. They're right now in 9th. And this win wouldn't put them into a hosting spot, but it certainly gets them a lot closer.
This would be a big win for the Silverhawks, although they would not advance any higher in the wild card rankings, just solely based on this win. As the Warriors will look for a good shot here. They're going to want to score. 1:49 to play. Brooklyn James for 3 from the corner. It's good. Silky smooth. Nothing but net. And it's a 3-point basketball game with 1:42 to go.
Lincoln Southwest wants a timeout after that shot. Couldn't have drawn it up any better by Coach Clark, getting your best 3-point shooter open in the wing.
Brooklyn James is a starting guard, a sharp shooter.
She can go off on a night.
And in the Metro semifinals, we saw that. Papillion La Vista, all the shots were falling for the Warriors that night, led by Brooklyn James, who hit 4 or 5 threes in that matchup. So she's someone that you want taking that shot in a big situation like this.
You can leave her wide open on the wing. She'll make the shot more often than not.
That one was from the corner, and it still fell. It was nothing but net, and so the Silverhawks will have possession with 1:42 to go and up 3.
If you're Westside here, you do not want to foul. You don't want to give any chances for the Silverhawks at points if you've been playing a good defensive possession like they have most of this game.
And Westside will press. They'll look for a turnover here. But the Silverhawks will bring it across half court, and they're going to get a foul called on Ellie Tempro, the junior.
It wasn't a shooting foul, and the Silverhawks are not yet in the bonus. So it'll just be an inbounds for the Silverhawks.
That is the team 6th. So one more foul until the Silverhawks will be in the line. So the inbound will come. Barada. Silverhawks can waste as much time as they want here. Westside going to have to foul. Wedegren didn't think so, but they'll call one on her anyway.
And now the Silverhawks are heading to the line for 2 shots.
Big 1-and-1 opportunity here.
Katie Carpenter.
If they hit the first one, it will be a 2-possession game. If they miss it, Westside will have an opportunity to take the ball down the floor with a rebound. And they do, and McGinnis Taylor comes down with the rebound. So we've got 1.5 to play, and it's 38-35, Westside with the possession, as McGinnis Taylor is going to bring it up herself and kick it back to Wedegren.
Look for Ella Wedegren or Abby Hellman to take the shot. Both shooting at over 30%.
Ellie Tempro is going to drive. She's going to kick it out to Wedegren. Wedegren pulls up for 3 from the corner. It's good! Silky smooth, nothing but net! And the Silverhawks want time. It's all tied up with 1:05 to play.
This crowd has come alive here, Jonathan.
And the home crowd is loving it. 2
They're
straight
on their
3-pointers. We have 1:05 to play, and it is a tie ball game. They'll take a minute, and so will we. We'll be right back for an exciting finish on Warrior Television. All right, welcome back inside the main gym, basketball fans. Lincoln Southwest with position, all tied up at 38. 1 minute remaining in this one. Huge three from Ella Wedegren in the right corner to tie this ball game up. Jonathan Snober, Theo Jansen with you along for the ride. As the ball's going to be tipped out of bounds on the shot from number 23, Kate Dillsaver.
No foul by the Warriors on that play.
And so with 46.8, Southwest has been trying to slow the ball down as they'll call timeout and set up a play. They're probably going to hold for a last shot or a game winner of some sort here. It would be surprising if they went for something quick. There's 46.8 on the clock. What are you expecting, Theo?
I'm definitely expecting them to hold this for a last shot. At the end of the third quarter, they held for 50 seconds at the end of the half to close that, or end of the quarter to hold that, to close that one out. And Westside is going to look to steal, but they can't get overly aggressive and risk a foul here.
They don't want to risk sending the Silverhawks to the line. It would be a 1-and-1 opportunity. So with a miss, they could get the ball back.
However, the Silverhawks have been converting at a much higher clip than the Warriors tonight.
The free throw line has been a safe space for the Silverhawks here in this one. And so they will have possession in their home half of the court. So unless it's on the inbound, there will be no crossing the half-court line here on the left side. The crowd is into this one as we get going.
The Warriors are going with one of their taller lineups. Maddie Ziebler's still in.
And so the Silverhawks will inbound the ball. Tight pressure, but not extremely tight. 3-point shot. No good off the glass and out. And the rebound will come down to Jasmine McGinnis-Taylor. And Wedegren will have possession. 30 seconds to go. Westside crosses half court. And timeout, Coach Clark. What a missed opportunity for the Silverhawks and what a made opportunity for the Warriors off that missed shot.
Has a chance to play for the final shot. They've got nothing to lose with the final shot, as it'll go to overtime if they miss.
27.1 seconds to go in this one.
And Coach Clark has shown up he can draw up a really good play coming out of a timeout, drawing up that beautiful three from Brooklyn James and drawing up a great steal over here.
Timeouts have definitely been a play to Westside's advantage. Out of that Southwest timeout, they came up on a scrappy play and got the turnover. Out of a Coach Clark timeout earlier, as you mentioned, Wedegren and James both hit those threes. So Coach Clark has been okay with slowing it down here late. And with 27.1, he's got a chance to make up the game-winning play.
It'll be interesting to see what lineup Coach Clark brings out. If Brooklyn James and Ella Wedegren are both in the lineup, they'll have two hot hands ready to shoot a game winner here.
Don't need a three either. So if you can find Jasmine McGinnis-Taylor away from her man in the paint, that size can play to a huge advantage.
McGinnis-Taylor is 6'3", at least 4 inches taller than anyone the Silverhawks have out on the floor right now.
So Hellman inbounds to Wedegren, and from here we'll let the crowd take it. Ella Wedegren no good on the game-winning attempt, and so we will head to overtime for the third time in as many live broadcasts, Theo. Warrior Television, something in the air.
There definitely is, Jonathan. Great defense by the Silverhawks on that possession. Really no open looks for the Warriors.
It's been huge defensive. It's been a huge defensive battle, pardon. So for the 4 minutes in overtime, there's probably not going to be a lot of points. If you can gain a 2-3 possession lead with the 4 minutes, with the 4 minute quarter here, it could possibly be insurmountable.
Definitely. and look for the Silverhawks to try to keep this slow pace. They want as few possessions as possible in this game, and look for Westside to try to get back into their transition game. Something that worked really well for them in the second quarter and that they haven't been getting back to. We'll be back in about 25 seconds in action. And it looks like number 23, Katie DeSilver, will actually, number 34, Riley Wells, will be up for the tip for the Silverhawks.
Silverhawks will come right to left. Warriors will go left to right. McGinnis-Taylor
23 versus 34 for this tip.
got some free basketball on our hands as McGinnis-Taylor wins the tip. And the Warriors have possessions coming across the court is Ella Weddergren.
McGinnis-Taylor does not lose many tips.
Brooklyn James puts free from the left wing. It's goal! Silky smooth, nothing but net. And it's a 3-point lead for the Warriors with 3:43 to go in the first overtime.
That's a great sign for the Warriors so far if they can get their three-point shooting going.
So the Silverhawks will try to answer. Don't necessarily need a three here, but it would tie the game. As they're going to go inside, jump ball is going to be called, and possession will go to the Silverhawks. Brooklyn James just getting in there trying to slow it down a little bit. Went for the steal and realized she could just stop the play there for a second and give the arrow back to the Warriors.
Next jump ball, it's Warriors possession.
3-point game, 3:20 to go.
Silverhawks playing like they have all day, patient around the perimeter.
And again, with no shot clock in high school basketball, they can take the last shot here if they want to. Probably won't down 3, but there's no rule against it. As the Silverhawks will drive. And it'll be Kate Dillsaver who will go up in the paint and be fouled.
Looks like McGinnis-Taylor will be called for that one.
That's her 5th. So Jasmine McGinnis-Taylor, the star big man, Division I commit, will head off the floor for the Warriors.
That is huge, especially with the size advantage that these Silverhawks already have.
We saw it in Tuesday night's boys game. Jay Saunders, who had over 30 points for the Omaha South Packers, fouled out, and they eventually lost that game. So this could be a big loss for the Warriors, as Madeline Siegler checks in as her replacement. So the first shot from Dillsaver, is up and good. So the lead is cut to 2 after one free throw.
The Warriors will have to rely on their guards, experienced guards.
Second one was up and good.
We have a 1-point game here with 3 minutes to go.
Just under 3 minutes to play. Weddergren dribbles through 3 people. Hellman will go up for 2. She'll be fouled. And so she's going to go to the line.
Hellman shoots 68% from the line. She's one of the best shooters on this team, and she's someone you want on the line.
68% is a pretty efficient clip. Someone you definitely do want at the line. And so Riley Wells, the starting center, will foul out for the Silverhawks, and on will be Freddie Wallace. So 2 players have already fouled out. Both big women on the floor have fouled out of this one.
Has been very dangerous so far.
As Hellman's first is up and good, and the lead is extended to 2 with 2:46 to play. Hellman, 68% free throw shooter, will go for the second one. It's up, and it's good. Nothing but net, and it's a 3-point basketball game. That's a huge second free throw if you're the Warriors, Theo.
Yep, puts you up by 3 with under 3 to go.
And the jump ball will give the possession back to Westside.
Brooklyn James has forced 2 jump balls so far in this half.
So the sharpshooter who hit a big 3-point shot in that fourth quarter,
as well as a big 3-point shot to start off this overtime period,
has now working on both sides of the ball, forcing 2 jump balls and giving Westside possession back as Weddergren goes up for 2, and it's good!
5-point Warriors lead, 2:22 left.
Timeout, Silverhawks with 2:20 to play in overtime. Westside leads 45-40 after Ella Weddergren goes to the hoop. They'll take a full minute, and so will we. We'll be right back in a short minute on Warrior Television.
You finally got your case.
Well, welcome back inside the main gym as we move back to the live feed here. You saw there on the thumbnail the senior Brooklyn James. She's had a huge game here late for the Warriors, who lead by 5 over Lincoln Southwest in overtime. Just Silver go up, and it's good. They'll save her for 2. Timeout Silverhawks once again, and it's a 3-point basketball game. That was a huge shot there if you're the Silverhawks. It was quick. Only ran a few seconds off the clock, so now there's 2:07 to play.
And with the Jasmine Guinness-Taylor out of this basketball game, fouled out, a lot easier for the Silverhawks to get in the lane.
Riley Wells, the starting center for the Silverhawks, also fouled out, but their sixth man, their second choice at center, Freddie Wallace, has had a huge night as far as being inside for the Silverhawks. Again, McGinnis-Taylor has been in foul trouble, so that has helped Wallace. But Madeline Sieber will have that matchup.
As we headed to the final 2 minutes of this overtime period, the Warriors clinging to a 3-point lead right now.
Hellman finds Wettergren, who will dribble and get it across half court. And so now watch for the Warriors to burn a little clock here, up 3. Wettergren's going to lose possession, but it will go out of bounds to the Silverhawks. 1:54 to go.
Out of bounds to the Warriors, I believe.
Pardon, off the Silverhawks to the Warriors. My bad. As Hellman will receive the inbound. Wettergren now will take the screen from Siebert. She'll backdoor pass to James, who will go up for 2. It's not there, but they're going to call a foul on number 13, Wallace. That's her 3rd, so she has 2 to give. Team's 10th. Westside is in the double bonus, but it was a shooting foul, so Brooklyn James will go to the line for 2 anyway. First one's up and no good.
Brooklyn James is a 75% free throw shooter on only 4 attempts so far this season, Jonathan.
Second one's up. It's good, nothing but net, and so the lead is extended to 4 as Tempero, the junior, will come on for the senior Brooklyn James.
So a 2-possession game right now.
46-42. Silverhawks need a quick score here with 1:40 to play. And they're going to get Wettergren on a reach after the Silverhawks fans started to make a little noise at the refs there. 9th foul on the team, so the Silverhawks will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 opportunity. At the line will be Emerson Barada.
One more foul by the Warriors, and the Silverhawks are in the double bonus. The Warriors already are in the double bonus.
As the first shot is up and no good from Barada. So a 4-point lead remains with 1:30 to go. 2 huge missed free opportunities for the Silverhawks from Barada there.
If you're
and now you're going to watch for them to foul.
At some point, they're going to have to foul.
Or get a steal, but nothing's there, and they're going to foul Tempero.
Even though it was not a shooting foul, because the Warriors are in the double bonus, they'll get 2 shots.
Tempero 0 for 2 on the night. Under 50% free throw shooter. Not a lot of attempts, though. The first one's going to go up, and it's good. Nothing but net.
Still
5-point
smooth on
game.
that one, Jonathan. And the Warriors are now going back on defense.
Yeah, not going to play for that offensive rebound, and also not going to allow the transition, but it doesn't matter because Tempero sinks the second.
Huge clutch free throws by Tempero there for the Warriors.
6 points to game with 1:10 to go in overtime.
And that lead looks insurmountable with the pace of this game so far, but maybe not.
As Dilsaver goes up and hits a shot, 4-point game now. Tempero will not be fouled. They're going to try to, but the ref does not blow the whistle. So we've got 48 seconds to go. It's a 4-point game. And Tempero will find Hellman, who finds the Prima. A little bit of a scrappiness going on there, but Westside remains in possession. And with 35 seconds on the clock, Wetter going to go to the line for 2.
That was a long time to come off the clock for Southwest if they want to come back in this one. Westside did a great job of passing that ball around and avoiding the foul.
So Wettergren's first is up, and it's good. Nothing but net. 5-point game.
You definitely won on the line. She's probably the best free throw shooter on this team, shooting 71% on 72 attempts.
And so in for the Silverhawks will be Taryn Ling for Freddie Wallace. 35 to go. Huge second free throw here to make it a 6-point ball game. Still be put 2 possessions, but it'd be 2 threes as nothing but net from Wettergren.
And Westside scored 12 points already in this overtime period.
It's Carpenter trapped outside. 3-point shot, no good. It's short from the Silverhawks, and Wettergren comes down with the rebound. She's going to be fouled and find her way to the floor. Foul's going to go on number 11, Skylar Piper. So Wettergren will go to the line to try to ice the cake with 21.2 to go in overtime.
Wettergren just sunk 2 free throws to put the Warriors up by 6. And the Warriors have been inching closer to their season average of 58 points.
Looks like they'll end up with roughly 50. May go a little over depending on if Southwest can score quickly and get a foul. But it is a 7-point lead now, 3 possessions. With 20 seconds to go, that seems insurmountable if you're the Silverhawks.
With 2 makes by the Warriors, they scored 14 in this quarter, in this overtime period.
So it's 52-44 as Wettergren comes down with another rebound. 7 seconds on the clock, and they're going to dribble it out. Westside outlasts the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks in overtime, 52-44.
Westside did a great job keeping their composure in that game after facing some adversity in the second half, bringing it back to overtime.
And so the Warriors win on a Saturday afternoon, 52-44, to extend their record to 18-4. There, another quadrant 1 win, and stay in good position heading into next week at home against Millard South, the top-ranked undefeated Patriots.
Yep, a huge game this Friday here in the main gym at Westside High School. It'll be senior night for these Warrior girls, and Ella Wettergren, Jasmine McGinnis-Taylor, Brooklyn James, and Abby Hellman all want to go out with a big win here at home.
So that'll do it from the Warrior Television broadcast. Once again, we apologize for the early technical difficulties. For Jonathan Snover, Theo Jansen, and our entire Warrior Television crew, we're saying good night from Westside High School.